Hello everyone and welcome back to Donut Like Donut Read. My name is Julius and with me today I have Joaquin.
What's up?
Clemens.
Hello there.
And John.
Well, greetings, normies.
And today we're gonna read something that I found while looking in the book category. And sometimes I like to look if there's fanfics for just stuff from my childhood, and I happened to look for fanfics based on the book Despereaux, and I found something pretty promising. This is called Unlikely Friends and was written by Zolf Edward Elric.
Based on that name, this guy's either really, really good or really, really bad.
Can I take the description?
Yeah,
Sure.
I've had it.
A new cat has been brought to the castle. How is Despereaux gonna take this? What is the brave mouse going to with this cat? This is just something I came up with very quickly. Bad sign. I am very bad with summaries. Another bad
Also
sign.
bad sign.
Well, of course he's bad at summaries. He's focused on alchemy.
One shot.
Or she, I guess. I don't know their gender, to be fair.
Alright. Then let's go into this. I think of you only John, I think you're the only one besides me who's familiar with Despereaux.
Yep, that is correct. I saw the movie, then I read the book.
Which one did you enjoy more? I actually didn't watch the movie.
Well, honestly, the book, it's got, I prefer the book, to be fair. The first movie is just, general, be who you are, even if you're a goddamn weirdo movie. You know?
I mean,
Meanwhile,
the book is also be who you are, but also very much darker, I think.
It's just more honest.
Yeah.
So, do you want to explain the plot, or should I?
I mean, do we have to go over the plot? I think actually it's gonna recap the plot anyway in this story.
The fanfic will be self-explanatory, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
I think despite this being in the book section, I think this might be based off the movie, and I'll get into shortly. Okay, so Unlikely Friends, one-shot The Tale of Despereaux. Summary, a new cat has been brought to the castle. How's Despereaux going to take this? What is the brave mouse going to do with this cat? This is just something I came up with very quickly. I am very bad with summaries. Yeah. It didn't have the one-shot at the end, though. So it's different, technically.
It's super different, yeah.
It was a quiet morning in the castle. It was quite the morning.
It was certainly a morning.
Great start.
Of all the mornings, this was one of them.
The mice were going to school, work, or just hanging out with their friends. Wait, were they going to school in the movie? I don't think they did.
I don't think mice have school, technically.
Yeah, I think in the book they were just, doing mice things. Stealing food.
Yeah,
going
Desperaux
around.
was the only one that had the wherewithal to try and read.
Yeah, I guess they have a school in this one.
I guess so.
All but one little mouse. This mouse was different than all of the other mice. He was the smallest in height, but had the biggest ears than any mouse ever had. He didn't have many friends, and even the friends he did have, he never hung out with them. He was always in his own world.
Wait a minute, he never had friends. What are you talking about?
No, he has friends, he just never interacts with them.
He has friends on paper. He has, people that were, want to be friends, and he went, sure, and then he never talked to them again. Was too busy being in his own world.
Yeah, I have actually some friends in Canada. I've never spoken or interacted with them, but we are friends.
I have been in contact with someone that claims they're from Australia, but I haven't confirmed that place exists.
The world he escaped to was the world's inside of stories. He would go out of the mouse town just to read. The outside world didn't interest him, for it was dull and grey.
Because it was a castle.
Yeah.
Castles are typically gray.
I mean, they can be painted at the outside.
Fair enough. All right.
I think most used to be. Anyway, it used to be a place where people would laugh and have fun out in the sun. But when the queen died, but when the queen died years before Despereaux, the kingdom fell to darkness.
So the queen died before Despereaux, so Despereaux is dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For reference, for audience, I don't know if I explain it here, but like the queen literally died because a rat accidentally fell into the soup, and she died of fright.
Yeah. Had a heart attack or something.
I have no idea how one would die from that.
I'd say heart attack. I mean, she could have had a condition beforehand.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is not good for my blood pressure.
It lost its joy. The only joy Despereaux found was in books, until he met the princess. He talked to the princess even though it was forbidden to do so. He was punished by being exiled to the land of rats.
They pray at night, they talk at night. They're the rats.
He met the rat that makes all of the rules. There he met a rat who was different from other rats.
He's the giant rat.
Yeah, the two quickly became friends. So, John, I assume this is the plot of the movie and not of the book, because this didn't happen in the book. He doesn't...
That is correct, yeah.
He doesn't meet Roscuro until the end, and Roscuro's backstory happened maybe even before Despereaux was born. I'm not sure, but
in the movie he came in just as Despereaux was born, whatever, and like he found like in the dark he found like the only light in the kingdom because metaphor or whatever the heck. I don't know how to explain it any better.
Okay, the rat's name was Roscuro. When Roscuro talked to the princess, he was screamed at and treated like a filthy animal.
Don't be racist, I'm a rat.
But in the movie, was he also the rat that fell into the soup?
The very same. I mean, to be fair, he didn't mean to kill the queen. It just
neither did he in the book, but like, this makes it sound like the queen dying and him being screamed at was a different incident, when in the book that was like the same incident.
Yeah, in the movie when he met the princess, it's like you're that rat, and she's upset at him because
of course she recognized him after the fact. I'm pretty sure in the book she said, "Oh no, it's a disgusting rat," when he was in the soup, and that's why he was mad at her. So, yeah. I guess, yeah. Good that it's in the book section then and not the movie section.
I mean, it does say Tale of Despereaux. That's the title of the movie. I guess,
yeah.
Yeah, the title of the book is just Despereaux, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure what the English title was, since I obviously had it in German.
Yeah, whatevs.
Okay, that awoken a side of him that was never there, the dark side of his rat self.
Darkness and light.
Darkness, light, and rat.
It's Kingdom Rats now.
You've awakened the rat in me. Even not seeing the sunlight for years, he had been good-hearted. The rats kidnapped the princess and were going to eat her. Despereaux came to her rescue, and Roscuro felt bad for what he did. After the princess was saved, the kingdom went back to the way it had been before the death of the queen. Now Despereaux and Roscuro live in the castle as two of the best friends there.
Oh yeah, by the way, in the movie he had the Roscuro had a human friend, but was left behind because they were a sailor. And so in the movie he's just sailing back to his friend.
In their movie, was there also a ranking list who has the best friendship in the castle?
Yeah, the friendship. That's the big get together at the end. They win the friendship competition.
Yeah, yeah. They had a friendship competition. It's to bring together rats mouse and men.
If they have a friendship competition, do they have a acquaintance competition?
Yeah, there's the Platonic Friends Olympics. You know,
The friends with benefits.
Is it like leagues? If you win the acquaintance competition, you can compete in the friendship competition in the next year.
Oh yeah.
If you lose in the friendship competition, you have to compete in the acquaintance competition.
Yeah, but you gotta be 18 plus to take part in the friends with benefits competition.
Okay, they help out whenever they can and are always by each other's side. Roscuro helped in the kitchen since he loved soup and food in general. Despereaux told stories to help keep a smile on the princess's beautiful face. But young Despereaux's story doesn't end there.
The soup appears between treated like an afterthought, which is kind of the impetus of the whole story. You know?
Yeah. A few months later, our brave little mouse was walking through the castle when he heard a low rumble. It was thunder. There was a storm outside, and by the sounds of it, it was a bad one. Heavy rains, strong winds, a time in which a mouse would surely perish.
Yeah, there were heavy rains outside, and by that I mean a guy walking through a mall shouting his son's name. Because that's all everybody remembers from this game and nothing else.
I didn't know that mice were like the sign aliens. They can't touch water, apparently.
I guess not, yeah. And apparently a Christian town, it's raining Christian town because it's gonna perish or whatever.
Yeah. Despereaux was happy that he was in the castle with its strong stone walls. I'm glad that I'm in here and he's out there and that he's the sheriff. Okay,
and that we're frozen out here. That's why they have soup, so they can warm themselves up so they're not frozen in there.
Despereaux climbed up to a window to see out. The rain was coming down so heavily that Despereaux could not see very far out. The storm could go two ways. Get worse or quite down.
It's getting quite down.
What a revelation.
It's like in 20 minutes it's gonna be like the rain's gonna sing "I'll set fire to the rain."
Actually, I don't think that's true. I think it can also stay like the same intensity for a while.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Despereaux climbed down from the windowsill and headed to the kitchen to head to Mousetown. He was heading home after a long day of reading at the castle's library. And it was his older brother's birthday. As he headed to the kitchen, he could hear voices, and they were getting louder. Despereaux realized that the voices were coming from the kitchen. The voices he was hearing was that of his sweet princess and the creative chef. Oh, so creative. As he got closer, he could hear the conversation.
You get her?
Despereaux was only able to hear part of what his sweet princess was saying. He would have to get closer. Her sweet voice. Man, why is this so creepy? Man, her beautiful face, her sweet voice. Then again, this version of Despereaux calls himself a gentleman, so I guess that's kind of part of the chorus.
He is the supreme gentleman.
Oh no.
I'm a gamer gentleman. Her sweet voice was interrupted by the master chef of the castle. Oh, first it was the creative chef, now it's the master chef.
Hang on, so it's just who's the host of Master Chef again? Hang on.
I didn't realize there was a chef in this. That's why I asked who was going to take the chef.
It's Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, anyone here can do a Gordon Ramsay voice.
I mean, I can certainly try.
If Punty was on this video, we would have to do a Bobby Flay impression, because she hates that dude with a passion.
Nice. She was out in the cold streets. I couldn't just leave her there to die. I found her when I was coming back from the market. I had gotten fresh ingredients that I had to rush back to the castle due to the storm starting. I saw her in a wooden box. Look at her. It's fucking wrong! I had to get that out of my system. She's half starved. I have a soft spot for these little creatures.
These creatures. These dubious little creatures. Getting up to mischief. Then the cat goes, "Boing."
I don't want her chasing my brave little gentleman.
Man. Now I'm glad I didn't watch the movie. Despereaux blushed.
I'm a totally real princess and I love gentleman gamers with neckbeards and fedoras.
Despereaux blushed. He loved it when the princess called him that.
Oh no.
Oh god. Turns out was Despereaux really an incel the entire time? Is that why he read books about knights and junk?
Yeah, probably.
You don't have to worry about her eating your mouse.
Your tiny mouse.
Your tiny mouse. Sorry, I'm trying to do the yelling Gordon Ramsay thing. She will stay in the kitchen and in a room where she can be just herself. Get creative. Maybe make a macaroni drawing.
Yeah.
Please, princess, I beg of you to allow me to keep her. I haven't had one since I was a small child.
There was a long pause between their conversation. Despereaux eased closer to the door and perked his big ears up, waiting to hear more, waiting to find out where this was going. He had many questions. Who was her? Why would her chase Despereaux? Why was her making the princess uneased?
That's not...
I guess he never heard of a cat before.
Welcome to the creepiest world an educated person can imagine. No one knows grammar.
So this cat has an average lifespan of 12 years, so by the time I'm 36 it will be dead anyway, so who cares? That's a reference. I'm not a horrible person. Alright.
I'm a fine, upstanding citizen, I swear.
We will let her stay here for a week and see how she copes being in this castle.
Let's see how she copes.
I think to cope it had to have one less O and one more E.
Yeah.
If she chases my gentleman with my favorite mouse whose life is like a video game, she will have to find a new home. Does that sound fair?
Thank you, princess. Thank you so much. I promise that you will behave. I thank you. Now fuck off. I had to say that.
That's why
you
it's
fucking raw.
stick.
What'd you do with the risotto?
Where's your passion gone?
Remember, just a week. I will come by later.
With that, Despereaux quickly got out of the way for the door would be opening. He did not want to be in the way of the door when it opened, or he would go flying and hurt himself. Even though he really wanted to talk to the princess, he had to get home. He could not be late for his brother's birthday. He quickly walked through the door as it closed. He looked around the kitchen for her. He walked to one of the tables and climbed up the leg of it. Even though he was on a time limit, he still wanted to see what they were talking about.
Yeah, his life is so much like a video game here is with bullshit time trial missions.
No, it's a side-scroller. The screen is catching up on him.
A side-scroller with a time limit.
He walked on the side and had to climb into a pot with some soft-leafed plant.
Some softly plant.
It had a strange smell. As Despereaux looked around, he saw nothing he hadn't seen before. He shrugged and quickly slid down the leg of the table and started to head to the hole in the kitchen wall. He heard the door open. The chef had gone into the other room and had just returned.
Wow, this is great. There you go. Now I want you to behave yourself. You're not to chase a little mouse. And now I'm going to prepare you a meal for who knows how long you've been out there without food. I will be right back. That's a... Of all the lines that ever existed, that was one of them, but barely.
Despereaux had stopped moving. Who was he talking to? Despereaux's curiosity got the best of him. He walked slowly to where the chef was just standing, talking to the ground. As he walked over, he heard something that sounded as if one was asleep. If one was asleep. He continued to walk to that area. On the ground, he saw something fuzzy. It was moving up and down, up and down. Whatever it was alive. Its head arose, and Despereaux could see that it was a cat. He had seen a cat before. The only difference was that this cat was smaller.
You see, I wasn't always like this. I was once a lot smaller.
I guess this is Despereaux's thoughts.
Okay, what kind of voice does Despereaux have?
Just like...
give him like a squeaky mouse voice.
Oh, because like in the movie, it's like, who's the guy that played Inspector Gadget in that live-action movie?
I don't know, but now I'm somehow imagining the Mike Matei Inspector Gadget voice.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that. I don't. That was his
building
voice,
ground bricks in Minecraft.
I'll just do a voice.
Okay.
It must be a kitten. I read about kittens before in the library.
Despereaux fantasy.
Despereaux is the kind of guy who falls into the lion's cage in the zoo and is like, nice kitty.
It's like, we saw Harambe, and it's like he took it as a challenge.
Oh no. Despereaux thought as he watched the kitten look straight at him. The kitten was all white except for the right half of its head. Its front left paw, back right paw, and the tip of its tail were a really light shade of grey. I like this. I like
3 shades of grey.
It was all white. It's except the one spot at its head, and also the front left paw, and also the back right paw, and also the tip of its tail.
Here,
it's like he's white except for here and there and there.
Here's a little writing advice to save some space. The kitten was all white except it wasn't.
It had emerald eyes that stared at Despereaux. Its nose...
Wait, that's not white.
Its nose twitched before it got up. Wait, did you think it would have white eyes as well?
I mean,
in that case, it would be a total freak.
Oh yeah, then would have to be executed.
Would have to, or at least be given away for adoption. Can't have a cat with white ears.
I mean, technically, it was. I mean,
its nose twitched before it got up. Even though Despereaux and the cat were a good distance away, Despereaux had to run underneath the large soup-making pot because the cat ran straight for him. The kitten meowed and meowed. Yeah, everyone knows the soup-making pot. Despereaux looked at where the hole in the wall was and saw that it was all the way on the other side of the room.
I'm sorry, I gotta say this. My dog heard me meowing and went towards me.
Despereaux couldn't wait for the cat to leave, for he wasn't that kind of mouse. What kind of mouse? Yes, the kind of mouse that wants to get bored by a cat, I guess.
Yeah, he's not an uncultured pervert.
He took the chance and ran as fast as his little legs would take him. The kitten followed. Despereaux did zigzags to throw off the kitten. It was working until Despereaux tripped over his own feet. Oh no. The kitten scooped him up in its mouth, and instead of eating him, the kitten brought him over to a blanket, sat him down, and started to lick him. Oh god.
Pardon me, but what is that you're doing?
Miss Cat, what the fuck are you doing?
Kitty, what are you doing, Kitty?
Despereaux said to the young cat. The kitten stopped licking him. It looked down at Despereaux with confusion in its eyes. when it talked to Despereaux, its voice was sweet and pure. It sounded much to Despereaux's surprise, a lot like the princess's voice, if she were younger, that is.
Look at you.
Did her dad fuck a cat? And that's why it's had the same voice?
You know what? We're not even going to go there.
Have you noticed that all the females have all the same voice? That's why I'm a gentleman.
I really do deserve a hot girlfriend.
Oh my god, for some reason this whole time I had to think of that, like, one video where... Do you know that video with the guy that's dating Princess Peach, and there's like a... I mean, the guy made like comics, and someone made a video version of a comic where it was like a shitty joke, like, oh, I'm making a map of your eyes because I'm getting lost in them, and then she just screams, and somehow I'm imagining that with Despereaux and Princess P.
That's amazing.
I mean, Princess P, Princess Peach sound really... Those names sound really similar, to be fair.
All you're missing is two consonants.
Despereaux kinda ripped off Mario, I think.
I guess so.
Since we're kind of like jokingly creating this narrative that, you know, Despereaux was some sort of like, you know, nice guy or like incel, I think I'm just picturing him wearing that one shirt that I remember Chris Chan was wearing in one of his videos where it just says Mount and Do Me. I just thought that was kind of funny.
Oh, goddamn.
Will Despereaux get his sweet cherry pie?
Oh, no. So, Princess, you said you have some cherry pie that you wanted me to sample.
Oh, God.
The ladies, man.
Oh, God. What? Had one too many burritos, Princess?
Oh, God, no. That's why she had to leave.
Had too much watercress soup.
Okay, this is a cat.
Yeah.
Oh, you talk. I didn't know that catnip talked. What? I didn't even know the cat could run, but yet you did. What? I'm starting to see why this cat was left alone in the rain.
Hey, come on, she doesn't have the best eyesight, I guess.
I think this cat... Is this cat a druggie? Is that what...
High on that catnip.
This kitten was looking for its next fix.
I am not catnip. I am a gentleman. Oh, shit. More or less anyway. I was born a mouse but grew up a gentleman. What is your name? Why did you think I was catnip?
And also, what's catnip?
Despereaux talked to the kitten. Her emerald eyes were big and round as she talked to the small mouse. The kitten tilted her head.
I do not have a name. Well, that isn't until that kind man started to call me Felicity. So I guess that is my name. I thought you were catnip because you smell of it. You smell like a drug dealer.
Okay, so even though you don't look like catnip, somehow because you smelled like it, I assumed that you were it. Even though I know what actual catnip looks like. Yeah, whatever.
Little funny story. I remember like a month ago, I went to the store, like the pet store, and there was a product of catnip just called Meowiwana.
Oh god, yeah. The Meowie Jane.
I think I have a picture of it.
There is a pot of catnip. Why does a guy have so much catnip without having a cat that he just has a full pot of it?
I mean, catnip is used as a spice, I think. If I remember correctly.
I mean, he's the creative chef, so... He can use it as a spice.
I call this. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I think it's not used that commonly anymore, but I think historically it has been used in cooking.
Oh, good, because I was about to say
So not the craziest thing.
Okay, that's good. You must have walked through it. I am so sorry for chasing you. Will you forgive me? Ow.
Felicette looked at Despereaux, and he looked at her.
Dappy you.
Of course I will forgive you. What kind of supreme gentleman would I be if I didn't? Also, my name is Despereaux.
Despereaux bowed down at the she-cat.
Oh, jeez.
And the cat...
She-cat. And the master of the kitchen.
And the cat dipped her head in response. The little cat had a look in her eyes that Despereaux knew all too well. In her eyes, she was longing.
She's gonna be singing her Disney Princess I Want song in a second. I swear.
He tipped his head slightly to the right in confusion. What was she longing for?
Up where they walk.
Excuse me, but may I ask you a question?
Meow.
The young cat looked at him and nodded.
What are you longing for?
Is it perhaps a nice gamer mouse supreme gentleman?
Oh no.
The question surprised Felicette. She tilted her head, Felicity. Think I'm keep mispronouncing.
I don't care.
Whatever. She tilted her head in confusion.
What is longing? Why do you ask that I am long for something?
Longing is something you seek, want, desire. You long for something.
Just like how I'm long. I'm sorry, that was uncalled for.
I can tell. The look in your eyes tells me that you long for something. What do you seek? What are you longing for?
'Cause I'm hungry. No, you're lonely. I can see it in your eyes. This is how it's gonna go.
Oh god, yeah. Turns out, yeah, it's like he's trying to gaslight her into not eating him.
He's gonna recruit her into his cult.
Change his name to Frank, and she'll never be alone.
Turns out I need some pussy cat in my life.
Oh no!
Pesky bee. Don't hug me, I'm scared.
Felicette looked at the little mouse. He had just met her and could already figure her out. She thought to herself that he was what she was longing for. Oh no! We've been joking,
Wait, what?
But it's happening. She took a deep breath in and looked right into Despereaux's brown eyes and answered his question.
I long for a boyfriend-free mouse.
Oh no!
I meant to say girlfriend-free mouse, but I think you get the point. A friend. The streets are where I grew up.
Hard streets, man.
It was every cat for themselves.
You
Especially for those weirdos that call themselves...
I grew up.
Especially those weirdos that call themselves Jellicle cats. I didn't like those guys very much. They were weird. It was every cat for themselves, and yet I was different. I wasn't mean, hostile. I was a curious soul.
I like how you're consistently doing the Yovu shit now.
Yeah, I'm just like, in my headspace, I'm like, she's intentionally playing up the tragedy, you know, but by intentionally queuing up the please, you know. Many of the cats my age told me I was going to weed myself down to my own death. Wow.
If you keep being a curious soul, You are going to die.
They're told me something all cats are told when they are young. Don't be curious. After all, curiosity killed the cat. That's literally that's how cats are. The cats, they're always finding excuses to go into something.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It's the only what would actually make this work is that this cat was just thoroughly interested.
Maybe they had their own
curious.
trauma to go through. Maybe they had their equivalent to like the queen stuff. Maybe the queen cat died after being curious, and then they all decided we'll never be curious again.
The queen cat was like, pesky bee! Because of this, I was all alone. I was always in my head. Never cared what happened around me. In my head, I was free. I may have been free, but I was always alone.
Kind of slipping into Goofy now.
Gosh. I may have been free, but I was always alone. Oh, yuck.
Curiosity killed the cat. Yuck. Every time every time I hear a cat died, they go, ah!
Oh god, when the queen cat died, she made this sound.
Gosh, Maxie, the queen has died.
Remember, if you ever feel stuck, do what the queen cat did.
Gosh. That was a price I had to pay to be myself. Meow self. I just saw a pun. How is it that you could read like that, me like that? You knew without even knowing me? How? Because I can read.
Because you are just like me. In more ways than one. It would be an honor to be your friend. If you let me.
Every time we touch,
just like you.
Believe me, I am exactly like you. If you say anything else, you are wrong. I am exactly like you.
Oh, pesky bee, is he white? Yeah, he's right.
Beneath the skin, we are already one.
Oh, thank you, Despereaux. I will be very delighted to have you as my friend.
I like the bold eye right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I hang on. I want to zoom in. I actually want to. Is it actually bold or? Oh darn it!
Yeah,
I was hoping
sure
it was two.
bold.
It was two. I was hoping it was two Roman numerals somehow. Like I don't know. My friend, the first one to understand meow.
A cat and a mouse as friends. Who would have thought that they would be so different yet so much the same?
And then a dog came in the house, and then like the Ghostbuster said, "Cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria."
And I guess that's it.
No reviews.
Yeah, let's keep it this way.
We
Great.
have reviews.
Oh.
There's 4 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Can I read Bob Jones's 2 reviews?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Have at it. Have at it.
Okay, Bob says, garbage.
The trash man.
Then also says, just kidding. Semicolon is equal to. I'm not gonna read that.
Is gluis gerhim nup self guy.
Cool Kid says, that was really cute. Sounds like something from right off the book. I don't know.
I
I'd
disagree.
say it sounds like something right off the movie, but not out of the book.
Yep.
Cody Baker is trying to help. Keep in mind I am just trying to be helpful. And grammar mistakes. Didn't introduce the characters. Despereaux. Very well, even as Despereaux was from a different story and author. Third, didn't have point 1 or 2. The text didn't flow together well.
What
Fourth,
does that mean?
You should have used a whole new chapter of your own in the story.
No. A whole new character.
Oh, I think I figured it out. This is the first fanfiction they've ever read.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Okay, so you should have used a whole new character.
What do they mean? So, isn't the cat his own character?
I looked up. Okay, so Tales of Despereaux takes place in France, right? I'm assuming.
Yep.
So I looked
Despereaux,
up
does
the
it?
name.
No, I don't think Despereaux takes place in France.
It was written by a Frenchman. That's why it has a French name, right?
No, I think he has a French name because his mother was French.
I
think it was she was like a French immigrant.
Oh, I see.
Well, because I was about to say I looked up Felicity cat, and there was a cat named Felicity that was from France. And it says right here, Felicity was a stray Parisian cat that became the first feline launched into space on October 18th, 1963 as part of the French space program. She was one of the 14 female cats trained for space flight.
I don't really get the review though.
I guess maybe they're trying to say that it's like, oh, you're just using the cat from the French space program from the 60s. I don't
think so. I think he's literally talking like, you can't use Despereaux.
Yeah, people like Cody Baker are the reason why people put up unnecessary disclaimers that state that it's a fanfic.
Yeah.
We always make fun of them for, hey, you don't have to do this, with terms and services of FF.net has it covered, but when a Cody Baker comes along, it is like too stupid to understand what fanfiction means.
Yeah, on a site called fanfiction.net.
Smooth brain.
I don't get it. Why don't you use original characters?
Yeah, this is a site for all fans of fiction where people publish original fiction.
Never mind the name fanfiction.net.
I mean, yeah, because they're fans of fiction.
Yeah.
They're enthusiasts of the Unreal. Unreal enthusiasts.
Fiction Press is just a phony site. Those people on that site are not fans of fiction. That's why it's not called fan fiction.
Yeah, it's Fiction Press because it's just Henry Ford assembly lines where people pump out soulless fiction. But in fan fiction, you get the fans to do it. People who actually enjoy writing and not people whose job is it to upload on Fiction Press.
Fiction Press is just a bunch of posers.
bunch of people that have sold their artistry to the man.
Anyway,
I enjoyed this.
Yeah, so
yeah, I gotta say though, compared to other stories we read, this was quite nice actually.
Yeah, it's solid. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
and it was completed. It had a structure.
Yeah, which is a nice change of pace. Solid.
So yeah, good job, Zolf, Edward Elric.
I guess when you don't use alchemy to bring back your mom, you can do a lot of good things in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't want us to throw you into soup, then don't leave any reviews here.
Or we will say we can't find clothes at the soup store.
Yeah, as always, comment your thoughts about the story down below in the YouTube comment section, and you can also find us on Tumblr and Discord, both linked below. And if you have any bad media you want us to take a look at, put it in the Google request form linked below.
Oh, awesome. Anything else we want to tell these lovely folks?
Always remember, if you do not like, then do not read.
If you do not like, do not weed now.
Oh,
Bye.
whoa.
Meow.
Alright, peace out.
Call it free.
Bye.